So first is we will discuss what is engineering management. So engineering management is a specialized form of management required to successfully lead engineering or technical personnel and projects and applies to either functional management or project management. Engineering managers use their training and experience to coach, mentor, and motivate technical professionals. So, management entails four basic functions. It includes planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Managers possess the right combination of vision, skill, experience, and determination. They can lead an organization to success. To do this, however, they must perform the basic functions of management. So the first one is the planning function. Planning is a primary management function, the one on which all others depend. Managers engage in planning develop strategies for success, establish goals and objectives for organization, and translate their strategies and goal into action plans. The second one is the organizing function. So organizing, the process of arranging resources to carry out the organization's plan in the second major function of managers. During the organization stage, managers think through all the activities that employees carry out. They also give people the ability to work toward organizational goals by determining who will have the authority to make decisions, to perform or supervise activities, and to distribute resources. The next one is the controlling function. Controlling is basic managerial function. In management, controlling means monitoring a firm progress towards meeting its organizational goals and objectives, resetting the course if goals or objectives change in response to shifting conditions, and correcting deviation goals or objectives are not being attained. So, our main topic today is the directing function. So the directing function, leading, the process of influencing or motivating people to work effectively and willingly toward company goals. So managers with good leadership skills have greater success in influencing the attitudes and actions of others, both through and demonstration of specific tasks and through the manager's own behavior and spirit. Additional studies have shown that managers with strong interpersonal skills and high emotional quotients tend to be more effective leaders.
The expected qualities of an engineer. Many of these are the same traits needed to those fresh out of undergraduate school, but engineering leadership requires a more true understanding of these skill sets. An engineering management need to master the technical skills of their rules and also be able to tackle the same problems on a large scale. They have more responsibility of direction for where their team is heading, and it becomes even more critical for them to stay up to date on the same research. Number 1. Problem solving. There are more than one way to approach every challenge, but having the skill to tackle them from different angles and with smarter solutions is vital. Leaders need to be able to challenge themselves and their team to adapt and success when things do not go exactly as planned. Number 2. Collaboration. No feat of engineering is completed alone. So as a leader in the field, it's essential to know how to foster a team or department that works together. Managers need to be able to engage colleagues to thoughtfully work together as a single goal. Number 3. Diligence. As a leader coordinating multiple direct reports, teams, or departments, keeping an entire enterprise on track is key. That means being diligent about deadlines, project milestones, and quality standards, while also staying on top of them as they evolve. Number 4. Strategy. It can be easy to become too focused on day-to-day grind and make sure that every deadline is being met. However, true leaders keep an eye on their team's long-term success and strive to develop smarter approach. Number 5. Communication. In addition to developing strategy and innovation solution, engineer managers need to be able to communicate the reasoning behind the decisions being made and practices being implemented. Being able to share and highlight your goals and success to other leaders in your organization and can open you and your team up to new opportunities and resources.
Unexpected qualities of an engineer. Many of these traits tend to be labeled as soft-skilled, but they are fundamental for those who want to move into an engineering leadership or position, leading a team or department to completing a successful project that takes technical knowledge and strategy. One is emotional intelligence. Empathy might not be the more obvious qualities of an engineer, yet it is vital since many other, many other segments will be impacted by your work. So you have to have the empathy to work together. Creativity. A good engineer has already mastered this skill, but they may view it as problem solving instead of recognizing it as an unique trait. Being able to think outside the box, to improvise, or to adapt to any kind of circumstances. Curiosity. Reading the latest research, asking questions, listening to the new fields of thought, staying curious since engineering is more about innovation. So we need to, since we are curious, we indulge or we invent or discover new things. Flexibility. So, of course, everything doesn't have a straight plan. So as an engineer, we need to be flexible, like maybe something comes up in the middle of the project or there's a new request for the project, so we need to be able to be flexible. Communication deserves to be listed twice since communicating effectively with your leadership is imperative, but active listening can help each member of your team be more motivated. So this is not a one-man work. You need to be able to communicate to your co-workers, to your co-architects, or everyone that's included in the project, since without communication, the ideas of the project might not go into one or have a mutual understanding, which could result in hardships.
The leadership skills. Leaders needs to have various skills to be effective. The technical skills, human skills, and conceptual skills. Technical skills. These are skills leader must possess to enable him to understand and make decisions about work processes, activities, and technology. Technical skills is a specialized knowledge needed to perform a job. Human skills. These skills refers to the ability of a leader to deal with people, both inside and outside the organization. Good leader must know how to get along with people, motivate them, and inspire them. The last skills is conceptual skills. These skills refers to the ability to think in abstract terms, to see how parts fit together to form a whole. A leader without sufficient conceptual skills will fail to achieve this.
Importance of directing function. Directing or direction function is said to be the heart of management and process, and therefore is the central point around which accomplishment of goals takes place. A few philosophers call direction as life spark of an enterprise. It is also called as actuating function of management because it is through direction that operation of the enterprise actually starts. Being the central point of the enterprise, it provides many benefits to a concern, which are as follows. First, it initiates action. Direction is the function which is the starting point of the work performance of subordinates. It is from this function the action takes place. Subordinates understand their jobs and do according to the instruction laid. Whatever are plans laid can be implemented only once and the actual work starts, and it is there that direction becomes beneficial. And second, it integrates efforts. Through direction, the superiors are able to guide, inspire, and instruct the subordinates to work. For these efforts of every individual toward accomplishment of goals are required. It is through direction the efforts of every department can be related and integrated with others. These can be done through persuasive leadership and effective communication. Integration of efforts bring effectiveness and stability in a concern. Third, means of motivation. Direction function helps in achievement of goals. A manager makes use of element of motivation here to improve the performances of the subordinates. This can be done by providing incentives or compensation, whether monetary or non-monetary, which serves as morale booster to the subordinates. Motivation is also helpful for the subordinates to give best of their abilities, which ultimately helps in growth.
It provides stability. Stability and balance in concern becomes very important for long-term survival in the market. This can be brought upon by the managers with the help of four tools of elements of direction function. Judicious blend of persuasive leadership, effective communication, strict supervision, and efficient motivation. Stability is very important since that is an index of growth of an enterprise. Therefore, a manager can use all four traits in him so that the performance standards can be maintained. Coping up with these changes, it is a human behavior that humans beings show resistance to change. Adaptability with changing environment helps in sustaining planned growth and becoming a market leader. It is directing function which is of use to meet with changes in the environment, both internal as external. Effective communication helps in coping up with these changes. It is the role of a manager here to communicate the nature and controls of changes very clearly to the subordinates. This helps in clarifications, easy adaptations, and smooth running of an enterprise. For example, if a concern shifts from hand looms to power looms, an important change in technique or production takes place. The resulting factor are less of manpower and more of machinery. This can be resisted by the subordinates. The manager here can explain that the changes was in the benefits of the subordinates. Through more mechanization, production increases and thereby the profits. Indirectly, the subordinates are benefited out of that in form of a higher remuneration. Efficient utilization of resources. Direction finance helps in clarifying the role of every subordinate towards his work. The resources can be utilized properly only when less of wastages, duplication of efforts, overlapping of performances, and etc. doesn't take place. Through direction, the role subordinates become clear as manager makes use of his supervisory, the guidance, the instructions, and motivation skills to inspire the subordinates. This helps in maximum possible utilization of resource of men, machinery, materials, and most importantly, money, which helps in reducing costs and increasing profits. From the above discussion, one can justify that direction surely is the heart of management process. Heart plays an important role in the human body as it serves the function pumping blood to all parts of the body, which makes the parts function. In similar manner, direction helps the subordinates to perform in best of their abilities and that too in a healthy environment. This manager makes us of the four elements in direction here so that the work can be accomplished in a proper and right manner. According to Easterndale, directing is what has to be done in what manner through dictating the procedures and policies for accomplishing performance standards. Therefore, it is rightly said that direction is an essence of management process.